Coach Rash from Revolution X officially introducing our Games Day on August 29th, Gods of War. This is a mixed pairs comp, male-female pairs, and if you haven't already figured, it's a dress-up comp.
Running. All of these are good reps. Rowing. Please put the handle back in the socket. The burpee box jump over. The athlete's chest must touch the ground. The athlete may then jump or step over the box without reaching full hip extension, and your rep finishes when both feet hit the other side. There will be the woman's height and the men's height. The wall ball. The athlete's hips must reach below parallel on the descent, and the ball must hit the target for it to count as a repetition. That is a no rep. Plate ground to overhead. The plate must touch the ground, and the repetition finishes when arms are locked out overhead with biceps past the ears. The double under. If you can't do double unders yet, your skill will be the skill. That is a no rep. The wall walk. The start of the rep happens when the athlete's chest is on the ground, and the completion of the rep occurs when both hands are past the tape on the ascent. On the descent of the movement, the athlete must show control within the parameters of their space. That is a good rep. Here is an example of a no rep. Barbell ground to overhead. The bar starts on the ground and the rep is complete when the bar is locked out overhead with arms fully extended under control. The feet must finish below the hips. Although all of those looked absolutely questionable, those are all good reps. For the finals, there will be more technical movements. If you qualify, you will be able to do them. The ring muscle up. The movement starts with the athlete's arms fully extended at the bottom, and the repetition finishes when the athlete's elbows are completely locked out at the top of the movement. That's a good rep. This is also a good rep. That is a no rep. The bar muscle up. Just like the ring muscle up, the arms must start fully extended at the bottom, and both the elbows must be locked out at the top of the repetition. Those are good reps. For both the bar and ring muscle up, the heels may not go over the bar or the rings. That constitutes as a no rep. The deadlift. The beginning of the repetition starts with the barbell on the ground. For it to constitute as a rep, knees and hips must reach full extension, the shoulders being behind the bar. Although excessively powerful, those are all good reps. The front squat. For the front squat to count as a repetition, Athletes' hips must reach below parallel. And at the top of the reps, knees and hips must be fully extended. Back squat. For a back squat to count as a repetition, hips must pass below parallel, and the completion of a rep happens when both knees and hips are fully extended at the top. The snatch. For this to count as a repetition, the bar must start on the ground, and the athlete must reach below parallel in one controlled motion at the bottom and lock out with control with arms fully extended at the top of the repetition. Those were all good reps. A no rep will occur if the athlete rides down the movement, or if the athlete does not pass below parallel on the descent of the snatch. These are no reps. The overhead squat. Like all the other squat movements, for it to count as a repetition, hips must pass below parallel on the descent, but for the overhead squat, the athlete must show control at the top of the movement for it to count as a repetition. Here are some examples of good reps. As you saw, the athlete did squat snatch the first rep, and yes, that does count as a repetition. Shoulder to overhead. The athlete may either strict press, push jerk, or split jerk for this movement. For it to count as a repetition, the athlete must show control at the top of the repetition, and in the case of a split jerk, the feet must gather below the hips for it to count as a rep. The hang power clean. For the repetition to count, the athlete must first completely stand up with the barbell. Then they may proceed to going right above the knee and carrying on with the hang power clean. At the top of the repetition, the athlete must lock out knees and have hips at full extension while having the elbows up in the front rack position. The chest to bar pull-up. The movement starts with a dead hang. For the chest to bar to count as a repetition, the athlete's chest must touch the bar. Please make sure that it is underneath the clavicle. The athlete may choose to do a strict chest to bar, kipping chest to bar, or butterfly chest to bar. The toes to bar. The athlete must start in a dead hang, and for the repetition to count, the heels must pass through the plane of the bar, and both feet have to touch the bar at the same time. Please make sure that both feet are between the parameters of the hands and that both feet touch the bar at the same time. Those were all good reps.
Any form of rope climb is allowed. Legless, wrap around, whatever you want to do. As long as you touch weight at the top and come down in a controlled manner.
And that was a good rep. Handstand push-up. Athlete must keep the hands within the parameters prescribed on the day of the competition. Either kipping or strict handstand push-ups will be allowed. The athlete must show control at the top of the repetition with either the kip or the strict handstand push-up. If the athlete's hands go outside the parameters, that will constitute as a no rep. The war. athlete must do the worm for max distance. That was a good rep.